Grammar presentation. It's not too much today. Grammar unit 38, and not a whole lot. We have need as a semi-modal verb. In some ways it is like a modal verb, and in other ways it's like a main verb, like a normal verb. We use need mostly in a negative form to indicate there's no obligation or necessity to do something. So you needn't apologize is the same as you don't need to apologize. It's a little more formal. Let's look at the forms. The affirmative form, the affirmative with the semi-modal need are not common, used in formal context. There's almost always a negative word, no one, nobody, nothing. In the clause, even if the verb is affirmative, you needn't apologize. Need. No one need think. No one needs to think. You see, we have need without the to. No one need think that we are doing this every week. We are not doing this every week. No one need think that. Nobody need know the no. Nobody need know the name. Wow. Nobody need know the name of a person who made the complaint. Not a thing need change on this page. Need comes first in the verb phrase, after the subject and before the verb. Nobody need know. It's like an auxiliary. Let's forget about it. Nobody need know about it. We can't use another modal verb with need. No one need read this. Not no one need must read this, or no one must need read this. The negative form, we form the negative by adding not after need. Need not can be contracted to needn't. You don't use don't, doesn't, didn't with the semi-modal verb. You need not spend a lot of money on presents. Very formal. Or you needn't spend a lot of money on presents. Both of those are possible. It means you don't need to spend a lot of money on presents. Let's now look at the ability can and could. Tom is strong. He can lift that heavy box. Can is used to express physical ability, as in A, he can lift. I can see Central Park from my apartment. Can is frequently used with the verbs of the five senses: see, hear, feel, taste, and smell, as in B, I can see. C, Maria can play the piano. She's been taking lessons for many years. Can is used to express an acquired skill. In C, can play. She knows how to play. D, you can buy a hammer at the hardware store. Can is used to express possibility. Okay, so it is possible to buy a hammer. You can buy a hammer. Let's compare that. I'm not quite ready to go, but you can leave if you're in a hurry. I'll meet you later. Can is used to give permission in informal situations. You can leave. F, when you finish the test, you may leave. In formal situations, may rather than can is usually used to give permission and also to deny permission. You may not leave. Formal situations. G, dogs can bark, but they cannot or can't talk. Negative form is cannot or can't. It's also can not. It can be written also two words. H, Tom could lift the box, but I couldn't. The past form of can, meaning ability, is could. So in the negative you have could not or couldn't. Tom couldn't lift the box. I could. All right, just a little information about can. Using gerunds or passive infinitives following need, okay? I need to borrow some money. John needs to be told the truth. Usually an infinitive full of need, as in A and B. C, the house needs painting. The house needs to be painted. In certain circumstances, a gerund may follow need. In this case, the gerund carries a passive meaning. Usually the situations involve fixing or improving something. C and D have the same meaning. The house needs painting. The house needs to be painted. So you have need that has a situation of fixing or improving. Let's look at the passive causatives. This is pretty small. The past participle is used after have and get to give a passive meaning. In this case, there is usually little or no difference in meaning between have and get. In J and K, I caused my watch to be repaired by someone. J, I had my watch repaired by someone. I got my watch repaired by someone. So we have plus the verb in the past. So this got plus the verb in the past. This can change. I have my watch repaired. I get my watch repaired. It's not the tense, the past tense here that you should pay attention to. It's the participle of the verb that is used in the main part of the sentence. Let's look at passive causatives. A and B have practically the same meaning. Okay, let's read A and B. I don't know why that's down here. Okay, so use simple English phrases in daily life so as to get him thinking in English. B, use simple English phrases in daily life so as to get him to think in English. Okay, so the difference here is thinking in English or to think in English. A and B have practically the same meaning. To get someone to do something means to induce or persuade the person to carry out a complete action, while to get someone doing something means to get that person into that state or into that condition, the condition or the state of thinking. Okay, it's very subtle. It gives an idea of continuity rather than the completeness of the action. So get him talking means to act so that he continues to talk. He continues. That action is in a kind of a continuous state. In both A and B, thinking is never a complete action, so there's not much difference. Here are some more examples. To get someone to do something, I couldn't get the car to start this morning. D, he got his sister to help him with his homework. And E, you'll never get him to understand. So getting the car to start, to get into that state, get his sister to help, to get him into that condition, to understand. To get somebody or something doing something, can you really get that old car going again? It's not hard to get him talking. The problem is stopping him. Okay, so here you're concentrating more on the continuous nature of the verb, concentrating on the action of the verb. To get something done, okay, this is transitive. To get something done, to cause something to happen or to be done. I need to get my hair cut. Hair cut, this is a verb, not haircut as a noun. I need to get my hair cut. We'll never get all this work finished. So we're getting the work finished. This is causing it to happen. Those are a little bit difficult. Okay, using a possessive to modify a gerund. We came to class late. Mr. Lee complained about that fact. In formal, Mr. Lee complained about our coming to late class. Our coming to class late. In an informal, you would say Mr. Lee complained about us coming to class late. Okay, so you can use a pronoun, possessive pronoun, to modify that gerund. In formal English, a possessive adjective, our, is used to modify a gerund, as in a. In informal English, the object form of a pronoun, us, is generally used, as in be. Complained about us doing that. Okay, let's look at C. Mr. Lee complained about Mary's coming to class late. In an informal way, you could say Mr. Lee complained about Mary coming to class late. In very formal English, the possessive noun, Mary's, is used to modify a gerund. That's a genitive Saxon. The possessive form is often not used in informal English, as in D. Okay, so you have complained about Mary coming to class late. Coming to class late occurred before Mr. Lee complained. So also a past gerund is possible. Mr. Lee complained about our having come to class late. That's also possible. It's a little bit difficult, but possible.